Sister 33 thinks my husband 31 and I 33 are ruining her Christmas. My husband doesn't want my twin sister to stay with us over her Christmas vacation. Honestly, I understand. My sister lives in another city 6 hours away, but she likes to come home when she can. I really do like when she can visit. We were each other's best friends since we were little, and I love her more than anything. We always have fun talking about some book or game. We can spend hours just on this. However, her stay is almost always stressful, as I can't take vacation as long or as often as she can. I, of course, have to work when she's here. She gets upset when I have to work or do chores around the house or even take a nap because I'm exhausted, saying but we haven't spent much time together and I'm going to be leaving in a couple of days. It doesn't matter if we've, in fact, spent the whole day doing things together. She will still say, and it doesn't help that she and my husband don't have the best relation. My husband is kind and thoughtful, almost to a fault. He coordinates and arranges events my twin will like, even if he won't be participating in them. When he boos me something, he gets something for her, too, so she won't feel left out. Even when we were dating, my husband went out of his way to help her. We drove 6 hours just to help her move across town. Free time. But most of the things that have strained their relationship the most were things that my sister had done to me. When I moved in with my husband, she burst into tears when I was having her stay at my house, saying that our mum and dad were barely functioning after I left, and they said I'd ruined the family. When I got married, I asked her to be my maid of honor, as we're twins, on the wedding. When the asked if she wanted to say anything, as the maid of honor usually gives a speech at the wedding, she said, "No, I'm good." Just on Thanksgiving, he overheard her say, "I will categorically not fuck this up because of you," to me while we were making pies together. It was supposed to be just a fun little activity, but she suddenly started treating it as if it were the most serious thing in the world. We had already had several pies that she had made, no less, that were perfectly delicious. These things stress him out even more than they stress me out. I'm just stressed out because I have to do my best to make her happy while also working, cleaning, and making my husband happy. My ad makes this very hard for me to juggle everything, though I do my best. During the summer, she and I discussed her finding a place to rent so she can stay longer during the winter holidays. However, last night she asked if she could stay at my place for 17 days, something my husband and I are not prepared to do. I asked her to stay at a rental this Christmas because of COVID, and me struggling to keep everything up. My sister says I can't make my issues without everyone else's problem. Am I wrong in this? Please help. I don't know what to do. Everyone is so unhappy and I can't fix it. Too long. Don't Red, my incredibly intense sister, who I love very much, wants to spend 17 days for the Christmas holidays with me and my husband. My husband finds her just as intense and stressful despite his best efforts, even though we have discussed her renting a place for the Christmas holidays since summer. She hadn't looked at any rentals when she asked to stay with me last night. She thinks I'm not trying hard enough for her, but my husband and I already do so much. Please help. Ita, my sister, and I are twins. I've gone back to use twin in lieu of sister occasionally to help with clarity. Sorry for the confusion. No, you're not wrong, and you should stand your ground. She sounds demanding and manipulative. The more you give, the more she will ask. You're not ruining anything. You have your own life and perfectly valid reasons, but you're raining on her plans, which are the only ones she seems to care. So ruining an entire holiday in her selfish eyes. She's now trying to guilt-tripping you. You're not ruining anything by not letting her stay with you. She sounds incredibly intense and stressful to be around, and I'm not surprised your husband has snapped. However, she's like this in part because you've enabled. Your sister is an adult. She shouldn't need your husband to plan things for her when she's staying with you or be bought gifts along with yours so she doesn't feel left out. These are things you do for a child, and it's unsurprising that she's behaving like one now. You've bent over backwards for her, and the precedent has been set. She expects you to try harder each time she places demands on you, and will throw a tantrum each time you refuse in an attempt to get her own way. You need to put your foot down right now, and firmly. No. Sister, you're not coming to stay with us this year. We've discussed airbomb options with you, so I suggest you look at them again. Rinse and repeat if necessary. You also need to give her a deadline by which to sort herself out. Otherwise, you'll be opening yourself up to stress when she inevitably books something 2 days before her arrival and expects you to accommodate her. Don't put up with any crap from your family over this eye. This is between you and your sister. Between you not. It sounds like you've been established as the fixer in your family and have shouldered a lot of responsibility for their feelings. Because of this, I appreciate that this isn't going to be easy for you. But you need to do it. This is a perfect opportunity to stand up to them and establish boundaries. Not only for the sake of your own happiness, but your marriage too. Your husband sounds like a saint who's put up with more than most would from your sister. But now he's telling you loud and clear that he's done with the status quo. You need to respond to this by putting him first and show him that he matters more than the unreasonable demands your sister places on you. I'm just stressed out because I have to do my best to make her happy while also working, cleaning, and making my husband happy. This is your problem. No, you do not have to do your best to make her happy. Her happiness is on her. For her to manage, you are married. Your priority is your husband and you. You're letting your entitled, boundary-stomping sister disrespect you and your husband. It's his home too. Your and his sanctuary, your safe space, not her, and just because she's family. She has no right to even come into your home, let alone dictate. That she's staying for a ridiculously long period of time. 17 days. No way too long. And with COVID. Even 17 seconds is too long. Start standing up to your sister. She is not your ruler. You're prioritizing her over your husband and yourself, and that is wrong. Start using the sentence, "No, that doesn't work for us." And that is it. No explanations, reasons, or debate. Rinse and repeat. Hang.